So let's say hello to our cute caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, ma'am. Everything
Madam.
Yeah, Prema, ma'am.
I've seen more than 3 generations back now.
3 generations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you were the right person to speak on this topic.
No, because in my days, the radio was banned. There was no TV. I was not exposed to anything. And of course, I was able to do very well because I had my own potential interest.
Correct.
And then my son came in.
For those of you who don't know, she is a lovely English teacher. She's a retired English teacher. You can see from the way she's speaking so beautifully.
Okay, thank you. Then my son came in, and he was quite interested in the TV, but he used to watch very useful programs.
Okay, yeah, appo vandu TV there were not too many programs that were happening.
Not like now.
Okay.
But they were very useful programs.
Okay.
And a lot of English programs, news and such things. And he was watching that, but he was not very interested in study.
Not too interested in it. So how did you steer him to his book?
He is so worldly wise. He's earning 5 times my salary now.
That is something to do with inflation. Don't worry about it.
No, it is something inborn.
Okay.
That's what I feel. It's not only because I gave the basic training.
Correct.
Now my grandson, he is very interested in drawing.
Okay.
And so I buy a lot of books and colors and pencils. And he watches TV programs. And he likes everything on the TV.
Okay, so Nari TV
from Ramayana, Mahabharata to the present Dasavadaram, and of course little programs like Chutti and all that.
Okay.
English as well as Tamil. And he is doing very well now. He is scores more than 90%.
Okay, so what is the change that you see? Like, unga paiyan kitta vandu neenga poi padi appadina adalti solveenga illaya? Does your son do the same to your grandson?
No, I'm taking charge of his education side.
Okay, so basically
I don't force him or anything like that.
Okay.
He comes out of his own interest. He sits and studies. But I used to force my son. I used to force him. I think you should not force anybody to do anything.
Okay, so you're saying that you used to force your son to study, but you don't do the same to your grandson?
No.
Because times are changing.
Times are changing, and in class also I used to tell the students that
Okay.
they can watch the TV for 1 or 2 hours.
Okay.
But at the same time, they should study. They are bound to do that.
Correct.
So don't
Absolutely.
forbid them to watch the TV. But select a good program.
So, but how can, see, one of the main things we're talking about in this show, is nowadays both parents are working.
Yeah.
So how can they ensure that the child doesn't see, what they're not supposed to see? If the TV is on.
Something like child lock or something.
Correct. So they should make use of that system.
Definitely.
And even on the internet, they have to have these security, firewall settings.
And it's always nice if they have somebody elderly to supervise.
Yeah, so they should have somebody there.
They should have somebody there. Either it should be an educated person or an uneducated person.
Yeah, that's what முந்தின காலத்துல வந்து இந்த பேபி சிட்டரோட கான்செப்ட்லாம் அப்ராட்ல வரதுக்கு முன்னாடி அந்த மாதிரி இங்க நிறைய பேர் இருப்பாங்க. Because I remember when I was a kid, apart from my mom, my grandmom, I used to have nannies who used to take care of me. So under concept people போயிட்டு இருக்கு because we're getting a little more westernized. Parents are leaving their children more independent. ஆனா அதோட there are a lot of disadvantages நீங்க சொல்றீங்க.
Some nanny or somebody should be there in the house because a lot of this fashion shows and all that are going on.
Correct.
Adolescent children are bound to get.
Exactly what a parent spoke about. நம்ம first caller என்ன சொன்னாங்கன்னா வந்து her 7-year-old daughter wants to have a figure like Kareena Kapoor. I want to have size 0 ma, அதனால நான் சாக்லேட் சாப்பிட மாட்டேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்களாம். And she's stunned. She's a parent and she's facing that problem. She's saying என்னோட 7-year-old daughter நான் என்ன சொல்றது? அவங்க வந்து she's saying that she won't eat cake, chocolates and all. How can I even expose her to the world of sweets? I'm getting a little scared.
But if you could have somebody around in the house,
absolutely,
and then if both of you could work, that would be okay.
What about peer pressure? You're a teacher, yeah. So you can tell me about peer pressure. See, what happens in school, we all know that people from different strata of lives come into school. Some people are rich, some people are, in the middle class. So when they speak to each other, they're friends. And one person says, oh, my father took me here, inga கூட்டிட்டு போனாரு, அந்த மூவிக்கு கூட்டிட்டு போனாரு, இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு dress வாங்கி தந்தாரு அப்படின்னு சொன்னோனே இந்த குழந்தைக்கு ஒரு காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் வரும் இல்லையா?
Definitely.
So they go back home and they say, why are you not buying me all this? Why are you not taking me to these places?
Yeah, that is there.
So how do you handle that?
That is why actually I read somewhere to teach the child the family budget also.
Okay. As a child grows, you should teach it. Okay.
Now they are pen crazy now. My grandson, he collects so many pens. My friend bought this, my friend bought that.
Correct.
So now we have to tell him that 2 or 3 pens are enough. It's not necessary. Join some small savings scheme. We had it in school.
Okay.
I used to collect the money and give it back to them in the 12th standard.
Okay.
We had in the post office small savings scheme. So I think children are not at all aware of money value.
Money value has gone down completely these days.
Down a lot.
And because parents are also spending a lot, Ilya. That is the problem. See, because yeah. Yeah, well, we'll talk about that a little bit later on my show, but thank you so much for being on my show yet again. You made it so much more colorful for me today. Have a lovely day, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so